What's hidden inside the clouds? Chapter 1. A Sky Full of Questions. Lila was a bright 4-year-old girl with curious eyes that sparkled like morning dew. She loved to ask questions about ants, about rainbows, about why cats purr. But her favorite questions were about the sky. Every afternoon, Lila would lie on the soft grass in her garden, her teddy bear, Mr. Paws, tucked under her arm. She would gaze up at the puffy white clouds drifting lazily overhead.
Mr. Paws, what do you think is hiding inside the clouds? Are they just cotton candy?
She whispered.
Or maybe big pillows floating in the sky?
The clouds never answered, of course. But Lila's imagination did. Chapter 2. Mommy's Answers. One day, she tugged on her mommy's skirt while Mommy was watering the flowers.
Mommy, what's inside the clouds?
She asked. Her mommy smiled.
Raindrops, darling. Tiny drops of water that fall when the clouds get heavy.
Lila tilted her head.
Only raindrops? Not toys or candy or songs?
Mommy laughed.
No, just raindrops. But sometimes, if you look closely, you can imagine whatever you like inside them.
That night, Lila fell asleep hugging Mr. Paws, her little mind buzzing. If Mommy says raindrops, and I say candy, who is right? Maybe both. Chapter 3. The Cloud Stairs. The very next morning, something magical happened. As Lila looked out her window, she saw a ladder made of shimmering rainbow light stretching all the way into the sky. She rubbed her eyes.
Am I dreaming?
She whispered. But the ladder didn't disappear. It glowed brighter, inviting her. Mr. Paws wriggled in her arms as if he wanted to climb too. With tiny but brave steps, Lila tiptoed out into the garden and touched the rainbow ladder. It felt warm, like sunlight. She giggled and began to climb. Mr. Paws safely tucked into her backpack. Up and up, she went higher than the apple tree, higher than the rooftops, higher than the birds. The air smelled like sugar cookies and fresh rain. At last, she reached the top and stepped onto a giant fluffy cloud. Chapter 4. The Cloud Keeper. On the cloud sat a gentle old man with a beard as white as snow. He carried a giant silver key around his neck.
Welcome, little traveler,
He said kindly.
I am Nimbus, the Cloud Keeper. Few children are brave enough to climb the rainbow ladder.
Lila's eyes grew wide.
Hello, Mr. Nimbus. I came to find out what's inside the clouds. Can you tell me?
Nimbus twinkled his eyes.
Oh, my dear. Every cloud hides something different. Would you like to see for yourself?
Yes, please.
Lila shouted, bouncing with excitement. Nimbus chuckled and unlocked a fluffy door in the middle of the cloud. Chapter 5. The Toy Cloud. Inside, Lila gasped. The first cloud was filled with toys, sparkling tops, teddy bears bigger than elephants, dolls that could sing, and building blocks that stacked themselves. She twirled around in delight.
Mr. Paws, look! A toy cloud!
A rocking horse galloped toward her, bowing politely. Climb on, it neighed. Lila laughed as she rode in circles. The toys never broke, never got lost, and always shared with each other. Nimbus smiled.
This is the cloud of play. It keeps children's laughter safe until the world needs more joy.
Lila hugged a giant teddy bear, then waved goodbye as Nimbus closed the fluffy door. Chapter 6. The Candy Cloud. Next, Nimbus unlocked another cloud door. Inside was a land sweeter than any dream. Candy canes grew like trees, chocolate rivers bubbled, and lollipop flowers sparkled in the sunlight. Lila's eyes shone like stars.
A candy cloud.
She skipped along the marshmallow paths, nibbling gently on gummy bear bushes. Even Mr. Paws got a tiny cookie shaped like a paw print. But Lila remembered what Mommy always said, too much sugar makes tummy aches. So she carefully wrapped some candy in her pocket for later, and gave the rest to the candy birds. Nimbus nodded approvingly.
This is the cloud of treats. It keeps sweetness for days when the world feels sour.
Chapter 7. The Music Cloud. The third door opened with a soft whoosh. Out floated a melody so beautiful it made Lila's heart dance. Inside, instruments of every kind played themselves, harps made of moonlight, drums that rumbled like thunder, and flutes that shimmered like stars. Lila tiptoed inside, clapping her hands in rhythm. Mr. Paws swayed like a little conductor. She hummed along, her voice blending with the music. It felt as though the whole cloud was listening to her song. Nimbus whispered,
This is the cloud of music. It holds all the songs children hum before bed, so the world never runs out of lullabies.
Chapter 8. The Rainbow Cloud. Now came a cloud that glowed brighter than all the rest. When Nimbus unlocked it, a burst of colors spilled out: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, twisting and twirling in dazzling patterns. Lila squealed with joy.
It's like painting in the sky.
She dipped her fingers into the colors, and they sparkled without staining her. She swirled the little rainbow arc, and it stretched across the whole cloud like a bridge.
This is the cloud of colors. When rain meets sunshine, these colors spill across the world as rainbows.
Nimbus explained. Lila grinned.
So that's where rainbows come from.
Chapter 9. The Dream Cloud. Finally, Nimbus led her to the biggest cloud of all. The door opened slowly, and Lila gasped. Inside floated dreams, millions of them. Each dream sparkled like a bubble, showing tiny pictures inside. Children flying, castles made of books, oceans of friendly dolphins. Lila tiptoed closer and peeked at one bubble. She saw herself flying with Mr. Paws, zooming past stars. She giggled.
That's my dream from last night.
Nimbus nodded.
This is the cloud of dreams. It keeps safe all the dreams children have ever dreamed. At night, the dreams float down to visit again.
Lila whispered.
That's the most magical cloud of all.
Chapter 10. Time to go home. At last, the rainbow ladder began to shimmer again. Nimbus bent down to Lila's level.
You've seen what's hidden inside the clouds. Toys, candy, music, colors, and dreams. But remember, little one, the clouds also hide something else.
What is it?
Your imagination. Every time you look up at the sky and wonder, you bring the clouds to life.
Lila hugged him tightly.
Thank you, Mr. Nimbus.
With Mr. Paws in her arms and candy in her pocket, she stepped back onto the rainbow ladder and slid all the way down, giggling like the wind. Chapter 11. Back in the garden. When she landed in her garden, Mommy was still watering the flowers. She looked up at the clouds and smiled.
Mommy, you're right. Clouds have raindrops.
Lila said, her eyes shining.
But they also have toys and candy and music and colors and dreams.
Mommy laughed and kissed her forehead.
If you believe it, darling, then it must be true.
Lila lay back in the grass once more, hugging Mr. Paws. The clouds drifted lazily above, and now she knew their secret. They weren't just fluffy white shapes. They were treasure chests in the sky, waiting for curious children to imagine what was inside. And from that day on, every time Lila looked up at the clouds, she smiled because she knew she had been there.